Victoria, what did you do your first year in production?
I did 6 deals.
6 deals, right? Victoria is one of my coaching clients. How long have you and I been coaching?
3.5 years.
3.5 years.
Maybe close. We may be coming up on our 4-year anniversary.
4-year anniversary. Okay. What did you close last year?
51 units.
The first 90 days is all about. Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to Survive to Drive. Really excited about what I have to share with you today. Grab some pen and paper and get ready to take some notes. So if you've read the 12-week year, I am going to talk to you today about this idea, this concept, whatever you want to call it, that you can take your goals and instead of setting your goals based on a 52-week year, which is what we all do, set your goals based on a 12-week year. You know, the whole idea is based on the fact that when you start the year, it's January, December is a long ways away. So if you don't hit your goals for January, no big deal. You have 11 months left. So what you're missing is you're missing the urgency. And there's another idea behind this, and that is that everybody likes a fresh start. So I'll use a couple of examples here. First of all, let's talk about a 52-week year again. January, it's an awesome. You know, we start the year fired up, motivated, excited with new goals and new energy. This year is going to be our best year ever. And we do that once every year. By creating a 12-week year, literally every 12 weeks, you're starting over again. Now, this is not annualized thinking. This is not basing your goals on quarterly results, because there are no such things as 4 quarters in a 12-week year. Your year is literally 12 weeks long. Of course, I'm going to use golf as an example, okay? So for those of you who golf and you have a bad front 9, you have the back 9 to start over again. It's new life, and you're excited because the back 9 is going to be better. Well, this gives you 4 opportunities every year to start over with new energy and enthusiasm, because the next 12 weeks is going to be better. And I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to get to work in talking about how this works. All right, so if you looked at your year and your goal is to sell 24 homes, you want to take 16 seller listings, you're going to need 36 contracts because not every deal is going to close, and your goal is 240,000 GCI. Life is good, right? You're excited, you're motivated, you're going to start the new year with enthusiasm, but you're not starting with urgency because December is a long ways away. You don't really start to feel the energy until you get into the 4th quarter. And coaching real estate agents, I hear this all the time. I'm behind on my goals so far this year, but I know the 2nd quarter is going to be amazing. I know the 3rd quarter is going to be amazing. And then my question is always, how do you know that? You know, it sounds like hope, right? And we all know that hope is not a strategy. So what we want to do is we want to take our goals for the year and we want to create a 12-week year. Now, this doesn't mean that every 12 weeks is going to look the same, because it's not. At the end of the first 12 weeks, when you start over on the next 12-week year, you're setting new goals. They're not the same goals you had for the first 12 weeks, because your production was not. You're not necessarily going to have the same amount of production every quarter. So you're setting new goals based on what you want to achieve in the next 12 weeks. So if I just looked at this and I said, okay, what would that look like over 12 weeks? I need 6 units closed. Now it's the end of January and I've only closed 1 sale. If I'm thinking annual goals, no big deal, because I'm going to pick it up in the 2nd quarter. It's always my best quarter of the year anyway, so I'm not worried about being behind. I'm not on track. Life is good. But if you only have 12 weeks to achieve your goals, and after the first 4 weeks, you've only closed 1 sale, now you're thinking with a little bit more urgency. You have 2 months to close 5 sales. You have 8 weeks to close 5 sales. 4 listings. You need to take 4 listings in the next 3 months, in the next 12 weeks, a lot more urgency, 9 contracts and 60,000 GCI. Now, we have lag measures and we have lead measures. Lag measures are the results. Lead measures are the activities. So many people focus on the results and they ignore the activities, and it should be the other way around. All right. So I don't want you to focus on the activities anymore. I want you to track them. However, Your daily focus is on the activities. Here's the thing I love about this, and I've said it a million times, so you've heard it before, is when you focus on the activities and ignore the results, eventually the results show up. I'm going to say it again. If you haven't heard it before, I want you to write it down. When you focus on the activities and you ignore the results, eventually the results show up. Here's the other thing I love about focusing on the activities is when you focus on the activities, you control success or failure. Now, success or failure is a choice. In other words, if my activities are 30 calls, 10 contacts, one appointment booked, one new lead added to my database, then I control this. I control this by stopping before I hit my 10 contacts or stopping before scheduling that one appointment. Now, if it's a non-negotiable, which means I'm not going to stop until I've talked to 10 people and scheduled one appointment, whichever comes last. Okay, write it down. I'm not going to stop until I talk to 10 people and schedule at least one appointment every single day, whichever comes last. Now, I control that. Now, success is a choice. Now, this scorecard is, and take a screenshot or whatever you need to do, because I want you to implement this starting immediately into your strategy in order to hit your goals. I want you to create a weekly scorecard with your key metrics across the top. Yours may be different than mine, by the way. Okay. So it doesn't necessarily need to be calls, contacts, appointments, leads. It's whatever strategy you create. But if this was your strategy, and your non-negotiable standard was 30 calls, 10 contacts, one appointment scheduled. And by the way, this one appointment is with somebody who is thinking of buying a home or thinking of selling a home. And yeah, it's possible every single day. My standard, just to throw it out there so you guys know, is 3 appointments booked every day. And I won't stop until I schedule it. So one, you could do it. Okay. Now you have a total of 42 points possible, or a total of 210 points for the week. Now you're going to take your total. Let's just say, by example, you had 150 points. You're going to take the total, you're going to divide it by the total points possible, and that's going to be your score, 71.4%. You're not looking for perfection. You're not looking for 100%. You're looking for 85% or better. As long as you hit 85% or better every single week over the course of the year, you're going to hit your goals. I promise you. I mean, you could write it down right now. And at the end of the year, you can come back to me and say, John, you're wrong. I'm glad. That's fine. Call me. But it's not going to be the case. I promise you. Here's the other thing I know. If you did a scorecard for last week, most of us would have a score of less than 50%. As a matter of fact, most of us are not even keeping score. You know, Zig Ziglar called that a wandering generality versus being a meaningful specific. I think we should make business fun anyways. So keep score and play to win. All right, so paraphrasing, and I'm going to give you guys extra time to ask questions today because what I had to share with you was that. All right. And I want every single one of you to implement this. I promise you it's going to make a difference. Okay. Whatever your job is, you can apply it to this concept. Whatever your goals are, you could apply it to this concept. So paraphrasing, we're going to take our goals, and instead of setting goals based on what we want to achieve in 2026, we're going to set goals based on what we're going to achieve in the next 12 weeks. We're going to create a weekly scorecard based on the lead measures. Those are the activities, the dollar producing activities, your 20% that generate 80% of the results. And we're going to keep score every day. And at the end of the week, we're going to take our total score and divide it by the total points possible. And now you have a score. And as long as you're scoring 85% or above, you're going to hit your goals for the year. All right, questions. Talk to me.
Okay, I have a question. I know it's really stupid, but on your scorecard list, I obviously understand calls. On contacts, is that how many people you put in your database a day?
Really good question. Not a stupid question at all. It's a conversation. So a contact means somebody picked up the phone on the other end and you had a conversation with them, right? Now, if you, like I said, not everybody here has the same strategy. So I know, for example, Beth, where'd you go? There you are, top right screen. So Beth is one of my coaching clients, and Beth does amazing numbers running a business on repeat and referral business. She's not picking up the phone and making cold calls. A lot of her contacts, conversations are pop bys where she goes and visits clients or meets them for coffee. So her scorecard is going to look very different from mine because I'm a prospector, I'm a hunter. I'm going to get on the phone and look for the next deal. Now, Beth, you're off mute right now.
Yes.
If your year was 12 weeks long and you looked at your goals for 2026, I'm going to put you on the spot here, Beth. Are you okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. If your year was 12 weeks long, are you tracking your goals for the end of those 12 weeks?
I am tracking my goals because I'm coached by you. Of course I am.
Okay. You're keeping track. Now, what I
Yes.
mean by tracking is if you took the number of sales you're closing in January
Uh-huh.
and you close that same number in February and that same number in March, will you hit your goal at the end of that 12 weeks for units closed?
If everything closes, and my pipeline yes, I will. Actually, I will.
Okay. All right.
Yep. I'm
There you go.
tracking very well this I've started very strong and I'm very grateful for that. I've got
Okay,
5 pending right now.
Yeah.
So the next question, was it always like that?
No. No. No.
Well, what changed?
I just think that my focus changed. I do focus more on 90 days, 12 weeks, whatever you want to call it. And I know that if my year doesn't start strong, it's not going to finish strong.
Okay. There you go. Awesome stuff. Lindsay, talk to me.
Hello. Okay. Does any of this, I know like the foundation and stuff is the same. The numbers are the numbers. But my curiosity is, as I'm building pipeline, let's just say we're targeted March 1st. We are fully licensed and doing the thing. Is my focus, like when I'm setting my goal, is it to get like listings or buyers? Like that's the activity that I'm focusing on, because I'm interpreting that we're kind of basing our goals off of like volume, like, sorry, the language, like actual sold. But I don't even know like kind of what my pipeline and turnaround looks like. Does that make sense? I guess I'm asking if I need to focus a little differently or no.
Okay, so it depends. It's a really good question too, by the way. You're brand new in real estate. Your first 90 days or your first 12 weeks, unless you absolutely need to close deals right now in order to make money to support yourself. Okay. If that's not the case, the first 90 days is all about adding people to your database, having conversations with your sphere of influence, letting them know that you are a real estate agent, that you're excited about this new opportunity, that you have big goals, that you're going to create a business by referral. And then it's the I need a favor question. If you know of anybody that's looking to buy or sell a home, would you refer them to me? Or if you were going to buy or sell a home, would you potentially work with me?
So I'm doing that now. Like, yeah. I'm doing that on the front end so that I can I want to do the close the money, make the money now, like when I can go. That's going to be my focus.
All right. So and you have a goal. You want to make a certain amount of money. In order to make the amount of money that you want to make, you have to close X number of sales. And in order to close the number of sales you want to close, you've got to get seller listings and buyer agreements. Now, in order to get seller listings and buyer agreements, and somebody wrote it in the chat, I didn't see it, but it popped up and it went away. It's leads. You need leads. You need motivated buyers and sellers. So this weekly scorecard is focused on find the activities that lead to motivated buyers and sellers.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Thank you.
You got it. All right. That's it. Nobody else has any questions for me? Is this going to be a short call today? What's up with you guys?
I just want to say that really shocked me. I've never done the 12-week thing. And then I took it. I mean, it took it to like monthly, what I have to do to complete the goal at the end of the year. And like, it really put some pep into my step. I'm like, holy moly, I got to get to work, Right. So even that, thank you for that exercise. I've never had that.
My pleasure.
Awesome.
By the way, if you haven't read the 12-week year, highly recommend it to everybody. Rachel, talk to me.
Hi, good morning. I guess the last thing you just say to Lindsay, if she wants to close, and what kind of activities does she needs to do? I think I'm in the same situation as her.
Yeah, I'll keep it simple. Talk to everybody. Who do you know that's thinking of buying a home or selling a home in the next 6 months?
What about if I'm new? I'm not saying I'm new person. Okay, doesn't matter. Whoever I meet.
Doesn't
Okay.
matter. It doesn't
Okay.
matter, Rachel. So if you had to close a deal in January, your life depended on it. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm exaggerating for effect here. Okay. If your life depended on it, you'd go find somebody who needs to sell a home. I promise you, you would. You'd find somebody who needs to buy a home. I promise you, you would. You would go to Starbucks and just talk to every single person that walked in the door. You talk to every single person that left. Who do you know that's looking to buy or sell a home? I promise you, you would. You would go knock on doors and ask them, who do you know that's thinking of selling their home? Okay. It's urgency finding a motivated buyer or seller.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Brian Copeland, talk to me.
How does seasonality affect the 12-week year?
Okay, seasonality.
Especially in our business.
Yeah, seasonality. I'm just going to be super honest with you guys. Always bug the hell out of me. Okay, because I think real estate agents use it as an excuse for not having the month that they should have. The number of sales you want to close in a month is always a choice, regardless of the season. It could be the worst season of the year. And I promise you, if your monthly goal is to close 3 sales a month and you looked at how many homes sold in your market in the last 30 days, it was more than 3. I promise. So don't make the season an excuse for not hitting your goal. I think it's complete BS. And Brian, that passion is not directed at you. I love you, man. But seasonality, I never thought, whatever. Talk to me, Victor.
John, I actually acted on behalf of the group,
Yeah.
right? I agree with you, but because that's what the standard normal real estate agent thinks like,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Thank you, Brian. I should have known that about you. Sorry about that. I lost my mind for a moment, everybody. Okay. Monica's laughing. All right. Victoria, talk to me.
So I just wanted to respond to Rachel and Lindsay, if that's okay. As a brand new agent, if I knew then what I know now, I found going into a coffee shop and putting a sign on your computer that says, "Ask me about real estate," produces a couple conversations in a short amount of time. And if you sit there and listen, people are going to tell you what they know about real estate. Put them in your phone number and follow up with them. And it is okay to tell everyone you know what you do. And I find the least successful people are like, "I don't want to be salesy." You're not. You're just stating, "This is what I do." And not only ask them for business, but right now your value proposition to help someone find a home is you have time.
There you go.
When they want to go up against an agent who has 20 or 30 clients or deals a year, you have time to take care of them. And that won me over much bigger agents every time.
Love it. And man, there's so many hearts blowing up the screen. Everybody loved that. Victoria, what did you do your first year in production?
I did 6 deals.
6 deals, right? Victoria is one of my coaching clients. So Victoria, how long have you and I been coaching?
3.5 years.
3.5 years.
Maybe close. We may be coming up on our 4-year anniversary.
4-year anniversary. Okay. What did you close last year?
51 units.
There you go. Love that. Joe Grant, talk to me.
Yeah, so this is more for Rachel, but it works for everybody. I ended up picking up something off of Facebook Marketplace, and just in the manner of that conversation, I let the owner know that, hey, I'm in real estate. He's currently one of my new buyer clients that we're looking to put into his first home.
That's right.
Just there's an easy way to drop it into every conversation.
That's right.
And Brian Copeland just taught it to me. It's like, hey, I'd like to keep my friends close and tell them what's going on. Would
That's
you
right.
like me to add you to that list of people or that group of people?
Yep.
Whatever's comfortable for you, and just email them in 8x8. Just a text and an email for 8 straight weeks. And after that, they'll remember you.
That's right. Another one of it's great stuff, Joe, and you made me think of something else. Another one of my coaching clients, Eric Pruitt, and I think he's on the call. We were having a conversation might have been yesterday or Tuesday, I forget. And he's playing golf, right? So I love that. Good job, Eric. Play more golf. And he's like,
I'm here.
There he is. And he's like, John, I never knew how much business I could do from playing golf. It's crazy. I'm meeting all kinds of people on the golf course that are buying and selling homes. Eric, did I come close?
Yeah, and I'm not even good at golf. Maybe it's a good thing. I think they feel sorry for me.
This is somebody does like 40 plus million a year, everybody. All right. He's a rock star. So that's it, Eric. Keep playing golf. And he's in West Palm Beach. So, he's playing with some power hitters over there. Let's go, Hawk. Talk to me.
Good morning. I dropped a link to something I put together a while back that's great for new agents to figure out what kind of clients they like working with and what activities that they enjoy the most. Doesn't mean you shouldn't do the rest. It just means if you can focus on what actually excites you. But at the end of the day, there's a bunch of ways to go get all the FSBO leads. This is, I don't know who asked, like, how do I get clients now?
There you go.
But all the FSBO leads, and then if you got the money for it, put $25 a day, $50 a day into ads. We generate buyer leads primarily for anywhere from $3 to $10 a lead. And at least in my market, buyer leads are actually more valuable. That they're gonna buy now versus a seller lead. The listing gets you buyer leads, but they're not necessarily gonna be able to sell right away unless you liquidate it. So just hopefully some helpful advice for agents that need leads. This lead gen is easy if you know where to look.
Good stuff, Hawk. Thank you for sharing that in the chat, by the way. I love how you guys are always paying it forward. Okay, I'm at 9:30, so we've got Rachel and Sean. Super quick, guys, because we got to jump. Let's go, Rachel.
Okay, thank you so much. I kind of come in a little bit later, and I missed the first part of what I'm supposed to do in the next 12 weeks. So sorry.
Give my video editor a couple days, and this will be on YouTube, and you can go watch the video.
Thank you so much.
You got it, girl. Let's go, Sean. Super quick, buddy.
Don't be a secret agent. Don't be a secret agent. Right. And I used to say that all the time. When I get a client and I only had one or two, I would just say, hey, you know what? I could probably have 20 or 30 clients right now, but I like to focus on my clients, make sure that I'm doing exactly what they need to do. I want to find the house for you. I don't want you on Zillow day and night looking for things. That's my job. And so you start to present your value proposition to the buyer, but you're basically saying, I want to focus on you. And even when I had 10 clients, I was still saying that.
Okay, thank you.
Great call, everybody. Go make it a great day. See you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Invite your friends. Let's grow the group. Go crush it.
Thank you.
Go get them.
Thank you.
Always.
If this helped, hit like and subscribe for practical real estate coaching with Coach John Dietz Coaching.